Yo! So yeah, ohayo, konnichiwa, konbanwa. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, I don't know. At this point, who knows? But yeah, give me 1 second. Wait. My stuff isn't working well for some reason. あれロードしない Okay, it didn't load, but okay. いや来てくれてありがとう、あきくん。Okay, is this okay? Okay, it's kind of small. Let me make it bigger, I guess. Is this better? We can make it bigger. That's what she said. I hope this is okay now. Well, you're not wrong. But yeah, let me turn off my... So yeah, how is everyone doing? I know I miss everyone already. I miss this lesson, although until earlier I was like dreading... Like, man, I have to use my brain power again? Bruh? Or something like that, you know? You never know. Ah. Oh, that's nice to hear. Okay, so you know the drill. You know, it's been a while since we learned, you know, stuff. Ah. 暑い暑い服脱ぎたい Oh, it's kind of nice. Thank you for the headpats. But yeah, if you notice the ads... Oh, Shotoku, thank you for coming. So you see, I did some background work on, you know, improving my stream for a bit. So, you know, when ads come, there is an announcement that says, you know, hey, ads are here. Maybe we could start the lessons after we start the ads. Maybe. Also, song requests are up again. So if that makes you all feel better. I mean, once I transition to once I transition to the lesson. Ah. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. So yeah, I think ads are over. We can go start our lessons. Wow.
Oh no.
Oh no, oof, and like Oh wait, did it work? Oh wait, Wait, it's not working? Let me find the problem. You know, we haven't started lessons, so might as well, you know? It should be Oh, there. Ah. Oh, there. I know. What's with me and the Windows error? Why not? It's fun. The Windows error is fun. So let me pull out my default. You know, my default playlist that I haven't updated for a while. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not going to stop y'all from like spamming just for like, you know, that thing, so go ahead. I hope my positioning here is kind of alright. That's kind of like considering... Oh. I guess you can because it's directly connected to VNyan, so... It's not affected by... Yeah. Oh, it's too loud? Okay. Okay, is 10 per... Okay, is this good? All better? Oh, 了解。やったー! Oh yeah, no, this is for N4 level Japanese, so no. So last time was... Oh my god. This is quite a while, like 3 weeks ago. I think Pantsu is there. Okay, Pantsu is... Yeah, Pantsu is still here, don't worry. I only ban Pantsu when I sing, you know? Pantsu is only banned whenever I sing. So, it's on like all the stage scenes on OBS. Is when I remove the Pantsu. Wait, given like the size of my model right now and, you know, the size of the board, would I be able to reach the top of the board? Or I'm too bottom to even reach like, you know, half of the top. Alright, go ahead with, is there anything I can do here? Let's see. Nope, doesn't work. Oshikatta ne? Yeah. Oopsie. Close but not quite. Okay, time to switch to where is my Genki. I know, it's like I personally love this song. Okay, Akiku, come on. You're like same as me basically, N1, you know, N1 level, so you should be fine. This is like babies level Japanese, you should be fine. I mean, ほぼっぽいって。失礼だ。なんかアーティストさんにかわいそう。あ、それは大変だな。Okay, when did we last when did we... Okay, what did we learn last time? So, our N5 level Japanese last time was just vocabulary. Oh no! It's just vocabulary. Dun-dun-dun. Oh yeah, if you try the other throwing, there's like the throw. The banana, I adjusted it. The 10 times banana, I adjusted it. The pantsu, I also adjusted it. The art conform, I also adjusted it. So yeah, a lot of, Okay, I'll use it myself. Yeah, that's what happens. Because one Windows XP error notification isn't enough. I'm sensitive up there, but thank you. Oh yeah, as usual, song requests are made by using the command SO. Okay, where were we? I think we're... What chapter again of Genki? I forgot. I forgot. Oh, okay. Never mind. Found it. So, as we progress through the basic Japanese, of course, we slowly stop being basic, at some point. But technically, this is still basic. Because this is still like JLPT N1. Sorry, N5 contents. Like the GGEZ Japanese lessons. This is chapter 7 of Genki 1. So basically, yeah. So just as a review, it took us an entire stream just for like vocabulary. I don't know why. I mean, we should know why. So you have 家族、おじいさん、おばあさん、お兄さん、お姉さん、父、母、兄、姉、妹、弟、兄弟、姉妹、男の人、女の人、会社。Yes, the 3 genders. Yes. In this world, we have 3 genders. 男の人、女の人、会社。Remember, folks, we have 3 genders now. The man, the woman, and the company. And you have 食堂、口、目、メガネ、歌、車. Then we have like page 2. 長い、短い、速い。And then we have 背が高い、背が低い、頭がいい、頭が悪い、かわいい。Not to be confused with かわいそう, which means pitiful. And then we have 親切、便利。And then we have 歌う、かぶる。And then all different kinds of wearing in Japanese. Remember this nice man here? Yeah, if it's like, items above waist, 着る. Below waist, 履く. On the waist, 締める. On hands or feet, はめる. For glasses, shades, whatever eyewear, かける. For headwear, caps, whatever, かぶる. Oh yeah, kawaii and kawaii. Can I drink some water for a bit? It's kind of hot in here. So take off all their clothes! なんてバカみたいな。どうだった？ I don't know if they'd help, but okay. Okay, this is funny. We're learning Japanese, but the song right now is Chinese. It's kind of hot. And then, you know, the same me complaining, headpads, thank you. I don't know. And then next one is 知る、住む、働く、太る。And then we have かける、着る、痩せる、結婚する、and then が何も人、一人、二人、別にもちろんよかったら。With that, we'll add our lesson for today, basically. What's the date today again? So, thankfully, we got to cover all vocabulary in one session. We are good to go for... Oh yeah, I forgot the time today. No, I'm not touching anything because OBS might crash if I touch any other source while I'm streaming at that. So yeah, as much as I'd like to add the, you know, the diamond, like, you know, the aesthetic clock. I wanted aesthetic cock though. Oh, sorry. No, you didn't hear shit from me. Yeah, the only sad thing whenever I, you know, do Japanese lessons is that my movement is extremely limited, at least, you know, the keyboard movements, because it's literally just below my tablet, so I have like little vertical clearance for my fingers to move. Atsai! It's hot! And now it's Russian, so... I mean, I've been mentioning this so many times, but who would know? Who would know whether a VTuber is currently in what clothes, you know? Or are there? that'll be uga. I'm starting to realize I should have ordered like a stand, like for my phone that attaches to the top of the monitor instead of to the side. Oopsie. Sorry. どうした? What was it? So. Yep, I took a shower. シャワー浴びたよ。どうした？汗臭いろくろの方が仰ぎたいの？アキくんそんな趣味があるとはね。別になんかツンデレじゃん。ツンデレじゃん。まあまあ。Okay, so let's start our classes. So we are familiar with the te form already. At this point, it should be a requirement. But so we are now going to introduce, te. So remember te. So we have te form, right? And then one purpose is to connect a verb with another, right? Specifically, we are going to deal with if that verb to, if that second verb is so we are going to learn the teiru form. So yeah, we start off with the teiru form, teiru for actions in progress. Oh yeah, I usually go for hot showers regardless of the season. Like if I use cold water, it doesn't feel, as cleansing as when I use hot water. Or maybe it's just me. Okay, so let's discuss like Japanese verbs. We can actually classify them into 3 types. That's not verbs, ru verbs, or irregular verbs. So there's like another, there's like another like classifications. So we are going for. So we know like there are like action verbs, state verbs, whatever. So the most popular ones are basically the action verbs. So we are well familiar with that. Even in Japanese, there's like the action verbs. So in Japanese, so we have like one. So basically they describe activities, you know? So for example, we have the classic 食べる、飲む、読む。You know what? We can stop here. And then oh sorry, brain fog. You know what? So that, eh? And then of course we have another one. So first is, you know, verbs that describes activities. And then second is verbs that describe changes. So for example, classic. Yeah, there's also kawaru, yeah. In a sense, it describes a change. So basically, we have like change of state verbs. And then the third one, we have verbs that describe continuous states. So the two being, you know, the usual being aru and iru. It's kind of hot. Yep. So, for this lesson actually, the only relevant ones are the verbs type 1 and 2. So, yeah, only verb types 1 and 2 are relevant here. Because for the teiru form, it doesn't really go well with aru and iru. So, now let's introduce the teiru. So basically the format is so we need a verb in te form, and then affix iru. So for action verbs, this will give you actually what? Verbs in verbs in progress. For for verbs describing activities. The teiru will give us actions in progress. Or basically progressive tense. So that So how about for verbs describing changes? So once we have, yes. So we basically have the result. Result of the change, or in other words, we have the perfect tense. It's kind of nice that we have the announcement now, right? For change verbs, we have result. For action verbs, we have in progress. So let's have an example. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll be covering this soon. Oh yeah, you know what? There's like a few minutes left. It's fine. No, we're done. Ads are done. So, to demonstrate this, let's have an example using an action verb. For example, we have Arya. 顔がべしょべしょになった。So yeah, yeah, it's even worse now that I have like 3 spurts instead of just 1. Yeah, you know, the redeem is not called bukkake for nothing. So, you know what? Let's check what we have here. Oh, okay, let's go for大丈夫大丈夫。あくまで例文だからね。うん、別の今回は別のドスケベ狼です。So don't worry, I'm not referring to myself. I'm referring to another theoretically, you know, a horny wolf. You know what? Maybe this works. Oh yeah, hence, you know, I have that person. So let's have this example. 変な人、また変な、人はまた変な、ごめんなさい。Okay, let me try it again. 人はまた変な歌を歌っています。さすがにこれ以上言わないでおこう。悪口はあんまりしないでおこうね。So yeah, that person over there, because it's is singing a weird song again. Can I like adjust a bunch of things here? You know what? I should like change my OBS window and my... Oh, this might be better after all. Yeah. So yeah, so the verb in question here is what verb? Utao, right? You know what? I could always change the... Yep. So we know utao. Utao is an action verb. So utate, and then add iru. So we have utate iru. So note that iru conjugates as what? A ru verb. So we have utate imasu. Okay. So let's have another example. What example can we put in here? Mama, あの人まだしこっています。I pray no Japanese has heard of me right now. I mean, if you see a person like that right now, you know the drill, you know. Join them. So. Sorry. Okay. Okay, another example. What's a good example? What's a good example? Yeah, this is like my only problem. I couldn't think of like good examples on the spot. I mean, that's boring. I mean, okay. You know what? Boring is better than nothing at all. Boring is better than nothing. Oh, yameru ka mo tada ito! Hektas! Or something like that. 愛されてたのは存在じゃなくてご都合主義のアイドル偽りのかさぶた血だらけで剥がしてそれでも好きと言ってみんな去っていったの何醜い正体も君は愛しているという Why am I singing? Yeah, あの人また変な歌を歌っていますOkay. know what? Yomu. Let's go with Yomu. Arao. I know this is like a weird, you know. I won't use this. I won't use this because it involves a grammar point we haven't discussed yet.混沌の中で光を差すOK 今ショタ同人誌を読んでいるからお静かに I'm reading a Shota doujinshi right now, so keep quiet. So 読んでいる so we have 読む right? So it is an action verb. So we have 読んで right? That is the tag form of 読む and then いる読んでいる読んでいるOkay, any questions so far? I guess because of like the sense of shame whenever people, you know, accidentally see you. I don't know. 知らんわ So at least, if there are like no questions so far, so at least for action verbs, it's straightforward, right? For action verbs, whenever we use the teiru form, we refer to actions in progress. So now let's discuss the next part, which is, teiru, but for results of a change. So I've mentioned here. Okay, oh my god, a lot of these songs are the ones I also sang 3 weeks ago.いや、むしろ偶然じゃないと思うが。Like my only problem with some of the songs is the fact that in order to fully enjoy them live, I really need sub vocals beforehand. Like for example, 薄汚れたこの命がなす最後の影 Angels, beavers, roses to the great mother. Return by forbidden. Or something like, A nightmare. Okay, so we did mention earlier that for, that for change verbs, I call them change verbs for brevity. So we get basically the results of a change. Or, for those who are more familiar with the English language, this is more on the perfect tense. But, simply put, this means, we get the result of the change. So, for example, Rokuro, question. How do we determine, whether a verb is an action or a change? So one thing to put it is, does it involve a direct object? If yes, automatically it becomes an action verb. So this is where transitive and intransitive verbs come into play, because most, if not all, transitive verbs are action verbs, and most, if not all, intransitive verbs are change verbs. Yep, something along those lines. I mean, at least based on experience, I haven't encountered verbs that are transitive but aren't progressive. Like, I haven't encountered verbs that are transitive but aren't action verbs. But so I guess the easier way to, determine the difference between an action verb and a change verb is you can go for like this guide. Does it make sense to put a time duration? So if you're worried about, potentially misidentifying, a verb as either action or change verb when in fact it's the other way around, ask yourself this question. Does it make sense if I put a time duration on the verb? Of course, for eating, for example, I can say, hey, I ate for 30 minutes. It makes sense, right? But what if I got fat for 30 minutes? Does it make sense? No. So, getting fat, getting thin, basically are change verbs in the perspective of the Japanese language. So, 他動詞と自動詞の、ペアあれば、大体そういうこと、大体あれだね。大体。ほとんどの場合、全部とは言い切れないけどね。なんか、経験上例外があるかどうかはまだ検索していない。Okay, let's go for examples. Wait, hold on. You know this song? This song is by Gato Cho. So recently they changed their vocalist. They have like a different vocalist this time. So this is the first single under the new vocalist. 咲いたまだらめいた一つ二つ三つの結晶のね泣いた生きる苦しみをべて I don't have the lyrics with me so I couldn't sing along The vocalist has a higher range than the previous one. But then, whether I could sing this, I'm not sure myself. Okay, anyways, going back to examples. Mm-mm. 僕にとって歌いやすいなら、カラオケに出す予定かも。知らんけど。Okay, example. IRL stuff about me, but子供の頃の子供の頃のろくろは太っていました。Okay, I'll explain this. So, 太る means to gain weight, right? So, 一応ね、いじめられっ子だったからね、一応。So, I was the one being bullied for a good part. So, yeah, it hasn't been fun. Let me just change this. Okay, I'll explain things in order. So first, we have toru, which means to gain weight, right? So it's a change from... It's a change towards, your weight in a sense, I guess. So you've become from a state of like relatively thin to, you know, more plump in a sense. 確かにね、大変だもんね、みんな。いじめなんてやめていただきたいものだ。ああ、みんなお疲れ様。Okay, so you know, so futoru is a change verb. So we have futotteimasu, futotteiru, which means to be in that resulting state. Which means the result is, if you gain fat, you're fat, basically. That's it. But why is it in the past? Why is it futottaimashita in this sentence? It's because I'm referring to the past. If I'm referring to even now, I would have used futotteimasu. If that includes the present, then that would have been futotteimasu. But because since I was referring to some time in the past, my state on which, you know, the state on which I was in the past. So we have 太っていました. So you can quickly follow up with something like, you know, 今は痩せていますが. Yeah, you can say something like that. 今は痩せていますが. As like a follow-up. Like, I used to be fat, but now I'm thin, you know? Kind of like that. You know, there could be a doujin of me, you know, being like debushota. Who's into debushota? I don't know. I like my shotas genki and sporty, you know? Okay, let's have another example. Kimi no sonzai ga nikui,叫んでいても気づかないふり. Sorry, I love this song. You know, I covered this you know, I covered this last year, but I can still stop. I cannot stop. Anyways. Jeff, good. Thank you for coming. Yaha. Oh yeah, Aki-kun, oh yeah, just like another like quick reminder, I have like some words that, you know, that when typed in chat will produce certain sounds, you know? I think I have 3 registered so far. It's oh no, and oof. Yeah. Okay, anyways, ラルサが死んでいるこの人でなし Sorry. You know, I think the Lancer died trope is based on South Park. Kenny died. You're not human. I think. Yeah, he's dead again. また死んでるランサー。おいOh, I love this song. Ashina. Yeah, I think that's Shiryo Maho, necromancy. Yeah, that's necromancy at this point. Yes, you can say 勃起している。I forgot. What's Kofun again? Oh my god. Okay, bonus! Let's go for like a theoretical person here. Oh my god, this is a handful. Kofun shite. Was it this one? Did I get it? Did I get it correct? Just wait. Oh, okay, wrong. Yeah. ちょっと待って、確認させてくれ。Oh, okay. It's the right side. Is 力。I know. We're both like, oh. Jeff, could buy me dojins! Send me dojins! I demand dojins! Ah! Give me dojins! Ah! Ah! 僕も羨ましい。同人誌をくれ Okay, anyways. わあじゃあ同 じじ怒ってくれ。Okay, yep, 興奮して、興奮する which 興奮する means to get excited. A bokki is basically to have an erection. Yep. Then let me just add like a line. So bokki suru means to have an erection. So you're basically from the state of, you know, not hard to hard basically. So bokki shiteiru, so it's an irregular verb. So the form is bokki shite and then iru. So bokki shiteiru, which means the result of getting hard, you know, which means you're hard. So yeah, we have Akiyama is hard from excitement. I know, 10 out of 10 say so. 10 out of 10. Taipei が羨ましいね。まったく。自由。なんか、諸外国なんかよりずっと自由。Okay, let me drink some water for a bit. Imagine if there's like a doujin artist currently listening to me right now, you know, making examples out of like doujins. Okay, I think we should be good for now. So yeah, so of course, the first one, you know, for the data form for action verbs are pretty straightforward, but for change verbs, they could be confusing at times. So let me note like some of the verbs in data form. Ah, まだだね。いや、そんな情報言わなくていいから。言わなくていい。Oh, I want to cover this. Maybe next year. Yeah! Yeah, I know the beginning one is intense. It's like a high-pitched fry scream. So let's list like, yeah, some of the examples, like some of the verbs. Maybe I'll put it here. I have 太る and then the opposite, which is 痩せる.トゥルリトゥルリラ歌え踊れ無欲な命をトゥルリララ So here are some examples. You know what? I may need some spacing. Or no, it's fine. You know this radical, this kanji radical? This is popular in diseases. So when you see this, it's probably, yeah, a problem with your body. Also, the moon radical. This is also used in a lot of body parts. Parts of the body, basically, like the stomach. Like, don't ask me why. And you have Yep, this is like a lot of like moving here and out from me, so if you could be a bit patient with me. So motsu, to hold, right? Motteiru means has. Shiteiru knows. Futotteiru is fat. Yaseteiru is thin. Kiteiru wears. But honestly, for me, it could be is wearing, you know? Yeah, this is probably one of like the more difficult to explain because depending on how you view it, this kiteiru could actually be an action verb. But then if you think about it, like if it's an action verb, can you be slow in doing it? Like, is there such a thing as you're done wearing it? So because it's a no, so I guess that makes sense that, you know, it's a change verb. So okiteiru is awake. Sundeiru lives. Although for sundeiru you need an indirect what? An indirect object. Or basically the address before ni, right? So yeah. So these are, you know, some of like the words that are commonly used in their teiru form. For example, I have 1,000 yen, for example. 1000円持っている. So you can say that. So what if, you know, you don't have it? You'll just go to the simple negative. So 持っている, it becomes I don't have, becomes 持たない. If I don't know, I can say instead of 知っていない, you can just say 知らない. But of course, for fat thin, 太っていない. You're better off with saying that. It's not fat, 太っていない. It's not thin, 痩せていない. For wears, 着ていない. Not wearing. Okiru is awake, so you could use okinai or okiteinai. I guess it's because, you know, it's an effort. And then sundeiru, sundeinai. So the only things that, you know, I think it's mostly just this, that you use the simple negative form if you say you don't know. Oh, sorry. Okay, interestingly, location verbs so let me add like another note here. Let me add So besides iku, kuru, you have kairu, right? So you can say, 同時にイベントに行っています。I have come to the, I have gone to the Dojin event. Something like that. Let me drink water. ちょっと水分補給させてください。I know there are ads right now, but still. As much as I'd like to say I'm kind of hungry, I ate all my calories for today, so no, I'm not allowed to eat any further. You know what? Let's have like an example here too, because why not? Oh my god. Okay, let's go for this one. I kind of want to say boy pa rin itimas. But no. Oh, this Italian song. Written by Japanese, sung by a Japanese. Published in Japan. Duh. Okay, So yeah, 韓国に行っています. So if you say 韓国に行っています, we're saying someone or whoever that is has gone to South Korea or is in South Korea, not going. So yeah, be careful on that one. Okay? If you can think about it, 行く, 来る, 帰る, they are basically changes in location. Right? So so there are change verbs. So the dative form is the result of the change, which means the destination. So if you want to say, hey, I'm in the supermarket right now. 今スーパーに行っています. You can say that. So yeah, any questions so far? We good? We good? Okay, if we're good so far, then I guess we could do some kanji, you know. Let's go, kanji, kanji. Bye-bye. You know what? I low-key should have done this on the Saturday instead, you know? I think people are too tired to even learn at this point. Oof. Okay, last time, what kanji did we learn? Okay, good enough. Oh my god, flip side. You know the funny thing here is that if I turn on the video, it'll look something like this. Yeah, it'll get covered. Yeah, the entire thing will get covered. So I just have it off. Okay, so let's go for kanji. So we will have... If we could cover 7 kanji for today, that'll be good. But if not, then it's fine. So let's go with the first kanji for today. Which is... So this kanji means high. Like, you know, high as a kite. So, how do we write this kanji? Well, I can show you all right now. So you can think of this as how to like draw each individual parts, right? So we have the top here. So we have like the cap right here. That's the first bit. And then directly below it is a box. And then directly below it is the not so gate looking thing. And then inside that, gate thing is another box, but make it smaller. That's how you can usually split that. So if we draw that, if we draw that in an order, then we'll have the top first, and then the bigger box. Bigger in the sense that it's wider. And then the not so gate. And then the smaller box. Okay? That's it. Okay, so let's have some vocabulary. So we know, well, maybe you haven't known. So you have takai. So takai means high or price if we're referring to, takai is either high or expensive if we're referring to prices. Okay. So let's have another vocabulary. So koko means high school. I know, it's almost as if it's a literal translation. Okay. And then another one. Psycho. So this means the best. or highest? You'll eventually learn that this first kanji is like the superlative. Which means you can say shortest being saitan, or fastest saisoku. What else? Strongest saikyo. Yeah. So forth. So on and so forth. Yeah, I think we should be good with this for now. What the? So next kanji would be, well, kind of funny. It's because it's the school part of high school. Like, okay.
この構図に再生され続けるテープが止まるのを待つ息を殺して言葉が僕を埋めてゆくままで iPhone 見た速で恋続け前に進む気も失せて夜が明ける空を見上げてた
Yeah, this the vocalist Sono really has like great head tones. Like, I kind of wish I could sing like him. So next kanji. So this means school. So how do we write this? So you could see we have three parts. So we have the one on the left being the wood radical. And then on the upper right, you have the same roof thing. Or just like a cover. And then the bottom one is basically the father. Okay? So if we put all these kanji together, if we put, you know, these parts together, we'll have, so the one on the left, upper right, and then lower right. Okay? Now, let's go for some vocabulary involving this kanji. Oops, sorry. So you may have seen from earlier, Koko, high school. So what else? Gakko, which means a school. So what else? Kocho, it's the school principal. So basically a lot of like, school related stuff. I hope I remember this, but did I get it right? Let me check. I almost got it correct. Kosha, which means school campus or school grounds. So yeah, you can actually put in, for in front of the gakko, you can have like sho, chu, or dai. So you have shogakko, chugakko, daigakko, which means elementary, middle school, and college or university. I guess we can have that as an example, I guess. Shogakko. Remember that this is referring to the school itself. If you want the student, shogakusei. If I could adjust my map, oh there. Oh, this is way better. Okay, so I guess that's it for this kanji. Let's go for the next one. I know the later half is usually the most boring part of of the Japanese lessons because it's mostly me discussing kanji. つまんないだろうと思うけど、まあとりあえず我慢だな。Okay, next one. So this kanji, which means every. Smoke weed every day. Sorry. Is this oboreru sakana? Okay, so how do I split this into parts? So we have the one directional cover on top. And then the next one, the next part being there. Oh, hardcore rock right there. So yeah, it's like kind of like that. It's not quite L, you know, not as straight, you know. Just like me, I'm not straight. So one and then this, but make it like a single motion. It's okay for this to be curved a bit, it's fine. And then as if you're making a parallelogram of sorts, but not quite. There. And then inside it is basically something like this. So you'll draw a cross inside. So now, once we have all these three parts together, so we'll draw it as follows. So the one on the top first, and then directly below it, and then the cross. So the vertical part is kind of parallel to these, but then you should start from here to here. The line shouldn't cross outside. It's the horizontal one that could. That should, actually. Okay? Okay. So by itself, actually, this has its separate, you know, reading. So let's go for, you know. So every, you know, it could be like every day, it could be every 5 seconds, whatever. So it's basically... how to explain it? So for any like time interval, basically, for every time interval. So for example, the most common ones are like mainichi, mainsuki. So let's go for those first. Mainichi is every day. So every and then day. And then next up, It's maitsuki, okay? Maitsuki every month. And then we have maitoshi, every year. So it could be like a maishu. But then what if you want to specify, you know? What if you want to say every 3 days instead of every day? Or every half a month? Or every 2 weeks? So this is where this reading comes in. Goto. So this is an adverb. You know, every, you know, something, something. So in this case, this is, you know, how to specify a time interval of your liking. So for example, every 5 minutes, 5分ごとに. So 5 minutes is 5分. For example, every 10 years, 10年ごとに. See? Or every 5 months. 5ヶ月ごとに. So this is the more versatile method. Okay? And that's it for this kanji. Let's go for the next one. Okay, what I just like clicked? What the well? Next kanji would be so this means language or word. It's supposed to be word. Okay, so let's split this into, I think this is 3 parts. So the left one is actually the radical for the kanji to say. So you have a notch, the bigger horizontal line, 2 small but equal horizontal lines below, and a box. And then the next one, the one above, is the kanji for 5. And then below it is the mouth. Okay? So once we have these parts, let's assemble them. On the left, and then on the upper right. Okay. just ka? Or I don't know. Okay, so let's go for some vocabulary. So you probably know this, Nihongo. So Nihongo is, well, the reason why you're here. Okay? And then next one. Ego. Ego is the language that you know, English. So, besides a few, it's usually, you know, the country and then go. So, for example, what's Chinese? 中国語 Korean 韓国語 Tagalog 語 Well, except, you know, it's not actually the country, but, you know. So it could be Indonesia 語 Indo 語 フランス語 Italia 語 Spain 語 So all of those, you know. Is there a Taiwan go? Yes. There is a Taiwanese language. That is not the Taiwanese Mandarin. Okay? It's different. So what about like language in general? What do you call it? It's called Gengo. So, this is like language. So, what else? Keigo. So Keigo is the respectful language or honorific expressions. So yeah, there could be some more, lots more, but I think this is good for now. So we have 3 more, but before that, can I drink some water? Actually, haven't had the break. Sorry, habit. Definitely not intentional. Anyways, You know what? Can I take a short break? What's like the next ad? Oh, it just played. Never mind. It just played. Never mind. You know what? Since there's like 3 left, might as well finish them all. Yoisha. So this kanji is our next one. So this means a sentence. So this one is relatively easy to write. So I'll just like show you once. I don't need to like split this into parts. There's no need to. So there's the one on top, but then immediately go with like a curved X kind of thing. That's it. GG easy. Isha. GG easy. Report this player for harassment. Or I don't know. So let's go for some vocabulary involving this kanji, including yeah, that would be like me. Don't make it like exactly straight. No. Bunka. So this means culture. Okay. And then next one. Bungaku is literature studies or literature. Okay. And the one we have earlier, grammar. Sorry. I think a lot of people are tired today. So bunpo means grammar. And then what else we have? Don't ask me why this time it's read as mo, but okay. Moji, which means a letter or a character. And then lastly, we probably have this. Sakabun. Sakabun, which means composition or essay composition. Essay could be like novel, whatever. So I think that should be it for this kanji for now. So next would be, I know we're just like going there and there and there and there and there. Non-stop. Hageshi. Oh, sorry. Okay, next kanji. We're learning we're learning kanji while the music is like hard as like metal. So next kanji would be oh, you probably know this. Kairu, to return. So this one, yeah, this is fairly complex, so I'll have to break it down. So this is still one of your standard one on the left, upper right, lower right. So the one on the left is basically your ri katakana. Ri katakana. Looks familiar, right? And the next one is the katakana for yo on the upper right. And then on the bottom is this. So 1, 2. So you have that capped kind of thing, and below it 1, 2. Okay. Or you could actually split it further so that we have this cap thing, and below the cap is the not so gate, and then pierce it through. Okay. So these 4 parts make up this kanji. So when we combine them, we have this. One on the left, and then so these 3 are on the right side from top to bottom. Yo kanji, and then the cap, and then the trident looking thing. Okay? So that's how you write it. So now, of course, This means to return. We have, well, definitely see a verb here. So for vocabulary involving this kanji, we have something like kaeru. Kaeru, which means to return or to go home. Okay, what else? Kitaku. So it's usually with like a suru, so this is a suru verb. Hitaku suru, to go home. So it's another way of saying ie ni kaeru, ie e kaeru. So next one. So this is also a suru verb, although you can have it without it. Kikoku suru. So this one means to return to one's home country. Okay, what else? I'm not sure which one is kikan. Let me check. Okay. So kikan, this is usually in like military and stuff. Like for example, kikan mere. So kikan suru, which means to repatriate. Yeah, you would see this usually in military stuff. So I think this should be good for now. So that's it for to return. So ie kairu, whatever, ryo e kairu, or something, whatever. The thing you call home. And the next kanji, the last one for today, but also probably the easiest for today. This lambda ass looking thing. Yeah, this lambda ass looking thing, yeah. This means to enter. Ah! Oh, you know what enters? Sorry. So yeah, 2 strokes. Usually this. Either this or I usually exaggerate it at the top. I usually write it as the latter. Either works though. So it's like the opposite of... So this is like person, right? But this is enter. Almost like the mirror image. Almost. So enter. Oh, sorry. Mind if I check something real quick? Cepat ini. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's learn some words involving this kanji. Hairu, to enter. Or something enters, you know? And then, ireru, which means to insert. Insert. Sorry. Okay, what else can we learn from this? Sonyu. Sonyu. This is usually a suru verb, so I'll put suru as well. Sonyu suru, to insert. Or this is specifically, you know, the more formal, you know, insertion of whatever. You know, this is also used in doujinshi. You know, the thing. The... Sorry. Okay, what else? Nyuryoku, input. So if we add suru, that means to input. That's it. What else? Again. Iriguchi, entrance. And then probably last word. Yunyu or yunyu suru, or you know what? I'll just put it without this suru. Yunyu is import. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Like, I know we're about to like finish, but then ads happen, so I'm like, oh no. So yeah, just a quick recap on the kanji that we have learned today. Okay, so you have the kanji for hi, school, every, word, sentence, to return, and to enter. Sorry. Eh. So yeah, so with that, I think this should be it for Japanese lessons for today. I think we just ended on like the perfect time. 2 hours 30 minutes. I think we shouldn't go beyond it for one sole reason. This is like actual proper Japanese lesson, so don't overload yourself. Don't. With that, let me take a break real quick. Maybe we could go to whatever. Yeah, you know what? Let me go take a short break. And then we'll just like have a bit of zatsudan, and I think, call it a day. So yeah, we're back. はい、ただいま戻りました。So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's Japanese lessons. Yeah. Like maybe like now that I think about it, maybe I should have put my Japanese lessons, you know, the usual Saturday morning instead of like Friday evening, because no one, like from what I've noticed, no one is here. あ、今日は誰もいない。なんか寂しい。泣きそう。I wanna cry. Like, can we have Nonomura? Wait, where's there? I wanna cry. Like this guy. Yeah, I wanna cry. For real. Anyways. Sorry. Had to do that. No, I mean, I could have not done it, but, you know, there's something about, you know. But yeah, tomorrow morning, I know it's kind of the reverse, but I want to spend my Saturday morning a bit chilling. So we will be having, what's it called again? Witcher 3. You know what? Maybe next time I should put it back to like the normal schedule, where we have Witcher on the Monday, and then second game on Friday or Thursday, depending, and then Saturday morning would be the Japanese lessons. Yeah, I think that's like the best schedule so far from what I've noticed. So yeah, anyone who wants to raid, or maybe let's not raid for today, you know? Everyone's on like low energy. It's fine. So yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. 明日かな? So yeah, where's the thing go scrap? Sorry. はい、ということで、迷惑と虎穴、閉幕と宣言する。来てくれてありがとうございました。So yeah, with that, I do announce the Crescent Merge the Covenant concluded. So yeah, thank you for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. じゃあね。Wait, sorry, but my OBS died. But then I was about to end it anyway, so I guess bye.